Amy Allard, and I own an interior design business in Boston, which you all should care because it's an amazing company. But let's just get to the point. Clay and Sean are awesome. I have learned how to create systems. Like, as a designer, saying that I have systems that aren't just in my head and they're on paper is kind of mind-blowing, because when you first told me like you're gonna make a checklist for everything that you do, I'm purposely sitting in front of my process here, and then these are my client to-dos. Bi-weekly we update them, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get a checklist for every damn thing that we do. It's just not possible. And then he was like, well, how are you gonna grow? How are you gonna hire people to be just like you? And I'm like, I don't know. So with that being said, we created my process to begin with, and then we went from there, and I realized how many checklists I need at each step of the way. And that was super eye-opening, because as much as these checklists in my head were great, they were never efficient. I would always leave and be like, shit, I forgot to ask them something, and now it's gonna make me look unprofessional for not asking a critical question, or gosh, I'm getting into the designs and I'm forgetting what they said. Oh, well, if I had a checklist, then I would have written the answer down, or I would have remembered it, and I would have been able to document it. So for us, what was so satisfying in the beginning, it sucked writing them. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like I had to time block time to do it, whether like I had a glass of wine or 6 cups of coffee, or like really good music. So I tried to, like, us designers were emotional, I get it, not every business owner is gonna be like that, but I needed to make it fun. So I did, and then every week I made it a goal to make 10 new checklists. So as I was doing something, I have 2 monitors, I had an open Dropbox paper there, typing it up as I go. And really when I started to see the value in it was leaving meetings more confidently myself. That was the first step. The second one was when I hired my first employee. She felt like she was already a part of the team because she can read. She was able to follow a checklist, and she felt valued. Like, she felt like she was bringing value. Then really where it hit home was when she started making checklists herself. So when we had something new, she's like, oh, there's not a checklist for this. Let me make one. I'm like, oh my God. Please stay with me forever. I didn't say that, but I should have. Maybe I shouldn't have. Anyways, but then really where it hit home was we hired our third employee, and she was like a complete superstar from the beginning, and I didn't have to worry about really questions coming up. And if they did come up, there was a system, like a checklist for her to follow. There was websites for her to look at. And it really started to give me confidence that, gosh, these girls can really get into a role here where they can grow, and I have a system set up for a replacement for them. So being able to go home on time without having to answer a million questions and get interrupted throughout the day to ask a million questions, and to be able to feel confident when I'm not in the studio, they know where to find the answers, was like something that I couldn't even fathom for us, just because I never in a million years thought that it made sense to put a checklist on paper out of my head, because I can't be in 16 different places at once, but now I can be, which is incredible. So anyways, my long rant about systems: do the damn systems. And honestly, start with your process, look at every step of your process, and then break that up into what are the different things that we're gonna need to do during this phase, and it's been night and day. So yeah.